Butters, you can see, is really hurting on these. He does not have any other sort of warship production going on, and he's been forced to decom his dilithium. And yeah, so a setback for Butters in favor of Hal here, and no one at the moment really mining much of anything. I mean, producing much of anything. You can see Boggs here setting up a little bit defensive, getting these fairly weak phaser sentries, if nothing else, to protect his expansions, setting up his Ketracell synthesizer to allow him to build up his supply. And while we wait for these guys to attack each other, Boggs looks like he has scouted over here, putting up a phaser sentry way down here in this little expansion over there. As he slowly builds up his force. So in the meantime, we can see that Boggs is doing a little bit of raiding, and B2K10 is managing to hide in these green nebulas to regen. He's not going to be able to actually kill these guys. They're going to run into these green nebulas. So Boggs trying to get this last kill out here, but just not going to be able to manage off again this, even though this guy has, wow, I'm sorry, this guy has 25 offense, whereas he only earlier had 2. Looking to get a kill here. Everything's going to hang out in these green nebulas, going to change the dynamics of this environment. You can see how fast those shields regen here, and this derelict down at 2 off, up at 25 is such a nice derelict to have here. In the meantime, these guys are going to run into this nebula, drawing this, giving a heavy defensive bonus to everybody. No one's really going to get the upper hand. You can see even this one bug here. This is a complete standoff. The defense of everybody is just so great. It's not even... it's complete standoff. So raiding in this area just completely ineffective, surrounded by green nebulas, which is an interesting way that the map is set up. So these guys are going to be here all day long. As Boggs looks to use these nebulas, run out into these other, this fluid nebula, they'll be able to perhaps get out. Boggs slowly taking damage, but then the shield regeneration of this Chrysalid Nebula is making it just a silly fight. So maybe we'll find some excitement over here. Oh yeah, we have the Cavorts in the area looking to pressure HalFala's Tritanium mining. However, he does have 4 Quebec classes up and running in the area. Looks like these guys did get a kill. You do see the rank up, maybe on one of these Tampei classes. Back over here. Now we've moved into this blue nebula. These guys are going to be able to put on a little bit of extra pressure, take down perhaps one of these bugs. These guys managing to pop in. They are going to end up not going to get a kill out of this guy. Boggs losing a ship here, and this one guy managing to skirt right in and out of the green nebula, manages to get away. Boggs going to end up losing just one bug as B2K10 manages to not lose anything in the moment. So this green area around here really fighting off, being sort of a natural, just defensible position, even for the miners in the early game, because the green nebula allows them to just dodge in really quickly. So in the meantime, these Paracovorts moving up, trying to get a little bit of action going on, not really in a position. Maybe if they come over here and attack the field research. But HalFala moving forward with his 4 guys. And you can see that again, Butters has nothing. He is finally managing to mine on his expansion. Boggs wandering around here. So, up and about. So yeah, the cavorts hanging out in the middle of. Where did the cavorts go? Trying to find the cavorts. So in the meantime, those Quebec classes are moving through the main. Are going to be able to still see that there's nothing going on in this main. Butters are just without resources of any sort, really. These players feeling a little bit strapped for cash. These guys don't want to deal with that at all. And perhaps they just need to mosey down in here. Here's an unprotected titanium mining as Boggs playing it fairly conservatively over here, managing perhaps to move, going ahead and moving into C11s as these guys maybe give him an extra boost. He's got a quad set of bugs with this one nebula from earlier. And you can see these Quebec classes moving up through this area here. And unfortunately, they've bypassed this titanium mining. And so it's really sort of difficult to see what's going on here. Even B2K10 still having no resources. He does have 6 bugs in the process. This tech lab not really doing him any good at the moment because he's not building anything that would utilize it. He doesn't have, say, a C-11s or bombers or anything, so this tech lab completely a waste at the moment. So for Beat, what he could do, he could put off this tech lab, save him about 400 dilithium. But in the meantime, waiting for the Klingons over here to move in over to this expansion of Butters. Butters is going to end up being all alone here, having no ships in that area, save for these tender, juicy miners. And Hal is going to be able to tear this up pretty nicely if he doesn't think it's just bait. Where are those cavorts? Oh, here they are. Trading miners is what we see here. So at least Hal knows where the Klingon fleet is. He's going to end up coming in here, taking out the dilithium of Butters in the process, just like he loses his. And so both players very nicely resource starved at the moment. Boggs really the only one playing a fairly defensive game here, but heavily hanging on to his ships. And so we see here in the meantime that these Quebec classes are managing quite nicely with these defenseless miners as they go pew pew boom. As these cavorts move in and out, looking to have, they've gotten their kills, looking perhaps to run back over here to defend these miners. These Quebec classes are going to be able to burn down this one guy. One thing that's kind of infuriating, if you've got a guy that's being attacked, oddly enough, Hal decides to cloak out here in response to the fact that the cavorts have left his main. He's expecting, however, back down in here, there is another cavort, 2 cavorts in production, so Hal probably could have avoided the cloak here and gotten another kill. But we can see Boggs here hanging out over in the meantime in the wings of Beat 2K10's main titanium mining, as Beat 2K10 is still strapped for resources here, moving into his natural expansion. He's got his Bugs, got this 6 pair here. And while Hal moving through